What's going on, YouTube? This is Luke with Endless Entrepreneurs, just coming to you with another haul video. I know it's been a little bit since I've done one, simply because I've had this bulk LL Bean order I'm processing through. I am nearly to the end and needed a break yesterday, or I guess it was 2 days ago at work. So I took a break, head to a Goodwill during my lunch hour, and I'm glad I did. Got to see some other items besides this bulk order. Found some really cool stuff. If you're new to my channel, I am a part-time eBay seller. I specialize in men's clothing. I do dabble a little bit of women's clothing. And I'm a full-time corporate finance analyst, so kind of juggle both worlds. Really enjoy doing both, and I document my journey on this channel. So if you're new to my channel, I appreciate you stopping and watching. If you have any questions, definitely drop them below. But staying true to format, even though I'm doing live stream here, I'll give a couple people shout-outs. But I like to jump in. I like to go through all of the stuff I picked up. I'll talk about what I bought it for, why I bought it. I'll show you the brand tags. I'll show you what I think it'll sell for, and hopefully it'll help you in your reseller journey, or if you're looking to start getting into clothing, it'll help you know what to look for while you're out there. So let's just make sure I sound okay in the chat here, and I will jump in. Actually, don't have the chat up, so let me grab that real quick. Oh, how we doing, guys? Hey, Chicago Crowd Hustle, appreciate that. Thanks for stopping in. Thank you. What's going on, Troy? Hi, Main Picker. And Evan, Crafty, and Michelle. So I appreciate you guys stopping in. Looks like we got like 20 watching. It is an awesome Saturday right now. So let me jump in. I want to get the content here up front for you guys, and then we'll do a little Q&A at the end. I do have a hard stop at 6:30. It is date night tonight with Shannon, and we are going to the movies. So, all right. So let me jump in. I found a ton of pants, which I was really happy. Apparently, Jason and Corinne are slacking on hitting the jeans around here, but found some good stuff. So these are Citizens of Humanity. Here's kind of the back tag for it. I think these are men's, I'm pretty sure. I can't find the tag here. I'm pretty sure looking at, these might be men's. I have to do a little research on them, but here's your tag. Usually you can get, like, depending on the model, the size, if it's men's or women's, anywhere from like 25 to 45. It does vary quite a bit on these, but I got these for $5. They'll probably ship flat rate, so definitely a good buy. Citizens of Humanity, be on the lookout for it. It is a great jeans brand to flip. Here is Big Star. Not sure how many of you are familiar with this. If you're not, here's the tag there. There's the tag. These are women's jeans. These happen to be the Ricky Straight Leg, I guess is what it's called. There's the backs of them. These are like capris, like a cropped capri, I believe. I think that's how it is. I'm not very good with female clothing keywords yet. I'm still learning. But I'm in these for $5. These will sell anywhere between 30 and 50 probably. I need to do a little more research, but usually get decent money for Big Star jeans. We've got more Big Star here. And actually, guys, before I go much further, let me show you what I spent. I usually do that. So I got, what's that, 5, 6. Oh, this receipt is pretty blurred out. I think you guys have to count as I go, but I think I got probably about 25 items-ish. I spent, if you can see that, I spent $111 at Goodwill. So that should be, my average cost is between like $4 and $5. So it should be right around like 22, 25 items here. But this is Big Star again. And this is Remy, the low-rise fit. You can see the backs from here. Some pretty cool embroidery there. But again, Big Star, these should sell. These are low-rise. These should sell pretty well. I would say somewhere between 30 and 50. And I'm sorry I'm giving such a broad range, but I'm in these for $5, so I can't really lose. But the model, and the type of jean really depends on how much it sells for. And so hopefully that'll give you guys some insight at least to start. But you can't really miss with this brand. I mean, I pick up all the Big Star I find. All right, these are 7 for All Mankind. This brand is still really good. Definitely doesn't sell for as much as it used to, but it still will sell. And these are, what style is this? So these are boot cut. And you can find the style on the 7 for All Mankind on the inside pocket here. Sorry, you see there? That's why I was finding these are size 29. These ones have pink embroidery on them, which is cool. I think that's definitely a selling point. They're in pretty decent shape, a little minor frame. And guys, if you're picking up jeans, you don't have to shy away from them because they have minor frame like that. You just have to disclose it and picture it. You still can sell them. So probably get somewhere between 25 and 35-ish, maybe upwards to 40, but probably in that 25 to 35 range for those. Here are some more Citizens of Humanity. These are a little rougher shape than the other ones, you can tell. Probably get like 25, 30 bucks for these. And these are, usually they have a little, this is what I'm used to seeing, which is why I think the other ones are men's, is this tag that comes on the inside. It's like the style tag for these. I find it on all the women's ones. So these are Kelly number 001, low waist boot cut stretch. So in these for $5, I would expect somewhere between, like I said, 25, 35-ish, maybe up to 40. Just I have to research that line every time. I'm not as familiar with the female brands, like right off the top of my head, like I'm with men's stuff. But I'm getting there. I'm learning. All right, we have more 7 for All Mankind and more boot cut. So boot cut. Here's your tag. You can see 7 for All Mankind. In these for $5. These are like a darker blue. These should sell again somewhere between 25 and 40-ish. Just depends on size, the buyer condition, all that good stuff. In them for $5 though, and I am very fortunate. I know a lot of people, it stinks. You know, different areas of the country, pricing is dependent on brands. They jack it up. You know, where I am here in Charlotte, I'm super fortunate. It's $5 for jeans, $4 for pants, $4 for shirts, $2 for ties, $5 for blazers, and $10 for suits. So, and $5 for shoes. So you can't, like, it's very easy around here to source. I'm very, very fortunate. Jason on Prof Sales. If you haven't checked out his channel, you should. And I always reference Jason when going through jeans because he is kind of the renowned jean expert here in the community. He has a lot of jeans for sale, let's put it that way. And I've learned a ton from him. So definitely check out his channel. But found these Miss Me's, and I'm sure he'll be kicking himself. He didn't circle back to, I found these actually at the Pineville store in Charlotte. And Miss Me are a fantastic jean line for women. Very, very high resell, you know, probably 50 to 70 bucks on these. Not sure, these are black, which black's denim seems to do really well for me, men's and women's. These are size 29, and usually they have this style tag in them. So this is the Irene boot cut. So be on the lookout for Miss Me. Is fantastic, great resale value, and those for $5. Then we found some more 7 for All Mankind. These are the Flint line, and yeah, these are still women's, I think. Sometimes I have a very hard time telling with women's versus men's with 7 for All Mankind for some reason. The best tip I've gotten is to look at the pocket and to see like if the pockets look really narrow or wide. I'm actually not sure. If someone knows in the chat and can let me know if these are men's or women's, that'd be awesome, or leave in the comments. I think just judging from the flare on the bottom, these are probably women's for sure. But anyways, should expect 25 to 40-ish for those. Let's get them for $5. I'm just gonna check the chat, make sure that I'm doing all right here. All right. And I'll chat with you guys after. I just want to get through all the haul here and just give everyone the value up front, and then we can chat at the end a little bit. So here's another great brand. It's called Silver Jeans. I know the glare on there. And usually you can tell just from the pockets almost right away the S that it's silver. And these are the Tuesday 20 it's called. And so these are 27, size 27. They're like a dark blue. Probably will get somewhere between like 30 and 50 for these, depending on, I'll have to do some research on the style, but I always do well with silver jeans. Usually seems to be around 40 bucks is my average sell price with silver stuff. This is Southern Tide. This is the first time I found pants like this from Southern Tide. Here's this. You can kind of see that. And here's this guy. And so these are like kind of like a dungaree. I found Polo Ralph Lauren's ones like this before. I'm not sure what the comps are on these, but Southern Tide usually does pretty well for me. These are in really, really good shape. They're men's, which is a good selling point. I'm going to guess I can get 35 for these. And they're definitely like a true denim dungaree, so that should be good. But yeah, I would guess probably 35. And this is, I'm really just guessing right now. I haven't done research on this specific item. And I highly suggest, guys, like these videos are great for absorb the brands, learn the brands. But when you're out there, look it up in the sold and completed listings. Make sure of your buy, because there are variations in every brand line on stuff that sells well and doesn't sell well. So I like to just give that caveat and encourage you guys to, definitely look that stuff up. But Southern Tide, good brand to kind of put in your memory bank there. Those are $5. As you can notice, I found a ton of jeans. I was very, very surprised how many jeans I found. These are more of a bread and butter type jean. These are Levi's. And I tend to just pick up the Levi's slim lines. I like to pick up the slim and the dark blue lines. So this is 514. And these are 30 by 32s. They're really good shape. Usually get like low 20s for these, low to mid 20s. And in this for $5. So it's just kind of like that bread and butter item that everyone needs in their business. These are Tommy Bahama. Oops. See that? There's your tag there. And I'm not sure if there's another tag to show you here. I guess not. I love Tommy Bahama jeans, especially in men's. They do so well for me. These are actually really big jeans. They're 42 by 32, which is even better. The bigger sizes sell great for me. They're in really good shape. They have light wear on the bottom cuffs. That's about it. In these for $5. Probably will get mid 30s for these, maybe closer to 40 because of the size. In these for $5. Here are Lucky Brand, and these are men's. I haven't been picking up as many women's Lucky Brand jeans lately. I don't know why. I just don't sell them. I haven't been selling them. I'm not sure if my listing quality is poor or what. I need to revisit those and compare them to some other sellers because I might be doing something wrong. And I know it's not jean season right now either, but I mean, I've been stocking up on them for a couple months and I don't seem to be selling that fast. So I need to, but men's ones I sell really well. So these are 221 original straight. Here's your other tag here, Lucky Brand. Love selling it. These are the button fly line, which is good. And dark blue. So all good selling points. In these for $5. Usually get high 20s, low 30s for these. All right. Here's more Citizens of Humanity. There's that. Here's your tag, different types of tag. And you can see, guys, within like a brand line, there are tons of different tags and ways they present the brand. These are definitely men's for sure. They're definitely a bigger size. I'm guessing these Tommy Bahama jeans, a couple other ones, they seem to be all about the same size. And the men, they're probably donated by the same person. And these for $5. Again, probably well over $30 for these. Really excited about that. All right, now shifting gears to all the shirts, like the tops that I found. The jeans are definitely the bulk of the haul, but I did find some other cool grabs. This is really unique. So this is South Carolina, the Gamecocks, Under Armour. It's a quarter zip. It is in like mint condition. It's got some cool accents on it, cool embroidery. It is a size large. Now, things like this, guys, don't be discouraged when someone writes their name on a tag like that. It's not gonna stop it from selling. So just so you're aware, I'm not sure what I'm going to get for this, but I'm going to guess well in the 30s for it, especially because it's in like flawless condition. So I got this for $4. Actually, she gave me the shirt price at the register, which is really cool. This is pretty neat too. I picked up. So this is a Texas A&M, and this is a full zip, and it's Climalite, which is an Adidas line, but this is an excellent shape. I'm going to guess. Probably, hopefully, like high 20s, low 30s. So this Adidas, I definitely is like a step down in the reselling value from Under Armour. But because it's a college item and it's in flawless condition, I should get a pretty decent, hopefully high 20s, low 30s. And that for $4, got the shirt price on that. This is just a Nike golf polo shirt. It is that time of year right now, guys. Golf polos are selling. This is probably the peak time to sell golf polos. I sometimes would have passed on this, maybe in the winter. I don't pick up a lot of the basic Nike stuff. I'll get the Tour Performance ones if they're really cool patterns and colors. This one happens to be TPC Sawgrass, which is a very popular course, which I've sold a couple other TPC Sawgrass ones, which have sold well. So I did pick this up in this for $4. I would expect probably like low 20s for it, maybe high teens. So kind of a bread and butter type item. Here is an Under Armour polo shirt. And again, this is San Diego Country Club. And again, just a kind of I feel like that's a notable country club, I'm going to guess. And so I feel like there could be a decent market for it. And Under Armour polos seem to do well. So hopefully like high teens, low 20s for this, and this for $4. We got about 4 more things, guys, and then we'll shift over to the chat. So this is the first time that I have found this type of line within Ralph Lauren. And if you guys see this tag, this is not a fake. This is actually, their new tags have like this yellow text on them. But this is a slim fit stretch Oxford, which I haven't found with Polo Ralph Lauren in a while. It's got the pony on it. And this for $4. I'll charge my normal $19.99. That's what I usually get for these, like between $16 and $19.99. These are like my lowest end items I sell. But I have quite a few of them. They do move for me, and they definitely are a staple of kind of my business. Here's another Ralph Lauren shirt. This one is a custom fit. There it is. And this one's it's just a cool plaid pattern. It's got a green pony on it. I think it's right there. And it's just got like the orange and green, hunter green type check to it. So again, probably $16.99. Found a Donald Trump shirt, signature collection. It's a bigger size, 17, but 34, 35. It's like I guess it's like a dark brown striped shirt, standard cuff. I'm not sure what these go for nowadays. I know they've spiked up in the market and we're going really high, but I'm going to guess probably like mid to low 20s for this. In it for $4. And then last one, guys, this is a really cool find because of this time of year. So this is a Gitman Brothers, which sells, I mean, it doesn't sell as well for me as it used to, but it still sells for me. And but this is 100% or 50. Oh, so this is a 50% linen and 50% cotton. It's like a beige check window pane type shirt. Should do really well this time of year. Probably 25 to $30 for this, and it for $4. So that was my haul, guys. I desperately needed to look at something besides LL Bean pants. I'm almost near the end of that purchase, but I had to stop during lunch and get some normal stuff. I'm excited to kind of get back to that routine and start buying the normal thrifted, on the hunt type stuff. So hopefully this gave some value to you guys. Let me jump over to the chat here. Let's see what we got. I'm just going to scroll up here. What's up, Chase the Dream? Hi, Marlene. Thanks for stopping in. Hi, Chris. Hi, Jessica. And sorry if I miss anyone shouting out. I'm just grabbing a couple names. I really appreciate everyone watching. We've got almost 50 people watching live, so thank you. Someone just, Scott just said, Luke, I think women's button right to the left and men's the reverse. Okay, that's a good tip. I'll have to check that out and just see what it looks like. AJ said, how are the Goodwill prices so low in your area? I don't know the exact answer, but if I had to guess, the economics of Charlotte is really, really strong right now. I mean, I think it's like top 3 in the country. I haven't checked in a while, but economically, the job market, the average salary, everything, it's a growing city. We have like 20 to 25,000 new people moving here every year. So my guess is that the amount of product they're getting far exceeds what they can unload. So they're better off just flat pricing and moving inventory and churning it than they are trying to jack up prices individually. I think because you got to think about when they price stuff differently, it takes a lot of extra manpower and time to assign individual prices. So I think because of those economic factors is why it's so cheap here. And I think it will be for quite a while. I think I'm in a really good spot for thrifting for sure. David just asked, question on eBay listings, do you list tag size on title and real measurements and description? Example, Levi's 34 by 32. And when you measure them, they're 36, 32. So that's a good question. I get it occasionally. So whatever the jeans measure and actually fit is what I put in the title. And I do it for 2 reasons. One, most people don't get all the way down in the description. So if you put the tag size in and they never read down, they're going to think they're getting 34 by 32s when they're really getting 36 by 32s. And the second is just that I want it to be very, I want it to show up in the search engine that because someone who's looking for a 36, 32, I want it to ping right in the title. So hopefully that makes sense. Let's see what else we got here. Christopher said, question, do you still pick up Pronto Uomo? I think I remember you saying that you have success with that brand, but I have yet to sell anything. There's certain areas to look for. So it's funny you bring that up. Me and Casey, the Rockstar Flipper, were chatting about brands the other day. And he has good luck with Pronto Uomo. He sells it for like 16, 17 bucks, but he gets it for like $1 or less at the bins. If I was to pick it up, I'd get it for $4. And for me, 4 to 16 is a really thin margin. I wouldn't take the time on it. So I pass on all Pronto Uomo. I mean, if you can get it at the bins, I think what he told me was that the things with wild patterns, like contrasting flip cuffs and things like that, will sell well on Pronto Uomo. But I'm not positive. I pass up on it. Let me see what else here. Christopher Bell said, I bought a Donald Trump signature shirt a little more than a month ago. It hasn't sold yet. Okay. Hey, Mark, thanks for stopping in. And I said, how do we get info on the July 1st meetup and put our name on the list? That is a really good question. So I need to touch base with Jason and Corinne because they've been promoting it, and I need to promote it too. I believe there's just a Facebook group for it that we're keeping. So I'll leave something in the comments once I find out. Or actually, I'll put it in the description of this video if there's a link to it. But yeah, we are doing a Charlotte meetup. It's going to be July 1st. Going to hit a couple thrift stores and then have just going to grab lunch. There's a new Whole Foods here. We're just going to kind of chill out there afterwards. So hope everyone can make it who's in the Charlotte area. Would love to see you guys. See. So Tyler Heron said jeans in that condition would sell for about $12 in the UK. Really? That's very interesting. Malaya said, can you take videos about your inventory tips. Yeah, I appreciate you asking. I will. I'll make sure I have an inventory video out soon. And when you say inventory tips, I just want to clarify, do you mean how I maintain my inventory, like from a physical, like location standpoint, or like how I maintain inventory, like my inventory process? Like, what is it that you want to know about specifically? And I'll try to kind of build the video up to that for you. Let's see. Krillin said, Luke, I was checking out the soccer jersey you sold. The reason it didn't move fast, you spelled the guy's name wrong. Oh, that figures, Krillin. Thanks. That was like one of my earliest listings, as I said before. I mean, I was very new to the eBay game. So I guess that makes sense. Spelling errors will kill you in the search engine. Lesson learned. Appreciate that, Krillin. Christopher just said, last question for me. Do you track how long it takes for an item to sell? So no, I don't. I mean, yes and no. Because of the way my business has evolved, I have different backdrops, different ways I take pictures. Like it's kind of evolved. So I can pretty much, like, I can figure out the time period I listed in. But I don't know exactly when it did. Now that I have good till canceled, I need to look at how it tracks. I'm wondering if good till canceled will show me how long it's been up for. And then that way I can track all of them. But that's a good question. I mean, you always should track it and adjust prices, adjust keywords, you know, freshen things up if you need to. But yeah, I don't spend as much time as I probably should. So, okay, so you want to see a video on inventory, process, bins, and shelf. Got it. So yeah, I'll do, so my storage unit has evolved a lot over the last couple of months. I've had a lot of great feedback from viewers, some great ideas. I've kind of taken a little bit of this and a little bit of that and made it work for me. So I'll do a walkthrough of my storage unit. I'll do like kind of a detailed deep dive on how I manage that inventory. I have actually had quite a few questions on that, so I appreciate you bringing that up. I'll try to get that out before my vacation on the 17th. That'll be my goal, is to have that out this month for you guys. Someone just asked, who does my ironing? So I don't iron clothes. I use a steamer, and I don't steam very often. I'm probably rare on this. To me, if it's wrinkled, as long as it's not like absurdly wrinkled, it just doesn't bother me. I don't think it slows it down from selling. Hey, I appreciate that. Thank you. Krillin said also you should put the full name so Iker could see it. Yeah, okay. Goalkeeper jersey. So Krillin's basically saying I really missed the boat on keywords for this one item, and he's referencing the previous video I had. I had a soccer jersey that was up for about 22 months, and I finally took a best offer, 15 bucks, just to move it. And not only did I spell the guy's last name wrong, I didn't put the type of jersey it was. I didn't put the position he played. I did a really, really poor job with the description, and I was very early on my eBay kind of like jumping in the clothing world. So that makes a lot of sense, Krillin. I appreciate you sharing that. I didn't do enough keyword research. I didn't do enough Google research. I need to do better with that on my other stuff. I'm a lot better about it now, but it's good to know why that didn't move. All right, guys, I'll take a couple more questions, but like I said, I've been going really hard in this Ella Bean order, and I'm going to pretty much today is like date day for me and Shannon. We spent some time at the pool, went and got some sushi, did a little shopping to get some clothing for just some outfits for our trip to Punta Cana. And we're actually going to go see Beauty and the Beast. It's still out in a couple theaters around here. We're going to go watch it in 3D. She's been wanting to see that for a while, so pretty excited about that. And today is kind of pretty much, I finished work at like, I don't know, 1:30 on Ella Bean, and we said the rest of the day was going to be dedicated to just kind of us and enjoying and unplugging. So I think it's definitely important that everyone unplugs, because if you get too into it and you're not having balance, it just becomes unenjoyable. So Amy said, what is the advantage of 60-day returns compared to 30? So Casey the Rockstar Flipper and I did a video on this a little bit ago. You can definitely check that out, but I'll just quickly answer, Tammy. The advantages from what I know, offering 60-day versus 30 is going to look more favorable in the eBay search engine as well as to buyers. So it's going to make your listing stand out above the rest. I think it's eBay's way of kind of easing us into that 60-day return is going to be the standard eventually. So I definitely would, start adopting it and moving towards it. I've had it on for a while now. I'm not long enough to know if it makes a difference, but I've only had 3 returns for all of May. So I don't think it's really that big of a deal if you sell clothing. Mark just said he liked the content on the books I read. Any more coming? I appreciate that, Mark. He's referring, I just did a video on self-development books that I love. So yeah, I'll bring some more on that later, Mark. Maybe later this month I'll try to bring up a couple more. I just kind of bring them up as I read them because I love I love reading like self-development nonfiction type books. I go through them very slowly because I don't consume content very fast, but I do share them when I get through them. I actually really liked everyone else's comments. I jotted down like 20 new titles from that book for everyone commented below. It was fantastic. And I'm glad you enjoyed. I've been doing those Blazer videos. I want to keep doing more of those. I'm glad you're enjoying those. Let me see what else we got here. Crone said, "Oh, getting back to the jersey, that it's a Spanish national jersey, not the Real Madrid jersey." Yeah, Crone, I would probably, if I find more soccer stuff, I'm going to reach out to you on keywords before I list. I appreciate that. And I've said that Breeding the Beast is bad for a man. I don't know. I think that I'm going to enjoy it. I'll be surprised if I don't enjoy the movie. Mark said he already saw Wonder Woman and Aliens. He said they were great. That's cool. Yeah, we want to see Wonder Woman, but it's like it's sold out everywhere around us, so we're not trying to do that. Sherry just asked, has anyone confirmed it puts you high in search? Nope, not that I'm aware of, Sherry. I think there are some things that eBay is always going to keep tight to the vest with their search algorithm, right? Like I don't know they're ever going to be able to definitively prove it, but I would also say that if eBay is recommending, like I'm just thinking from like a business model approach, if they're recommending that sellers use it, they're probably going to reward it too. The other thing I'll say, just getting even away from the search algorithm, like I accept all returns. Like I just accept them unless it's ridiculous or something. Like I pretty much accept them all because I don't get a lot of them. So 60, 100, 200 days, like most likely it's not going to matter to me. And if someone reaches out with a legitimate, they just want to return it, it's like, it's a cost of doing business for me. So for me, I'm probably way in like the extreme when I view it this way, but normal retail returns are like 50% for clothing. And we're selling to people who can't even try it on before they get it. And we're looking at less than, like I think I'm down to like 2% returns. So I wouldn't stress too much about it, Sherry. I think it's worth it to try it out. If for some reason it goes sideways on you, you get a ton of returns, we always can go back to the other, I think. I think that's kind of the approach I take is try it. And if it goes bad, then you always can go back. Lewis says, are you going to get into electronics in the future like VCRs and such? No, actually, I stay away from anything I have to test. It's not that it's bad to sell that stuff. It's that I'm lazy. And that sounds really bad. But for me, clothing, I don't really have to test much, right? I quality check it, but I don't have to test. I don't have to worry that it breaks while it's shipping. I don't have to worry about having extra shipping supplies. Like the reason I got into clothing is because I work full time. That shipping is so quick with clothing. Like I can get through 15, 20 items on a weekend really fast. And it's really only a couple situations with shipping. You're either using a poly bag for a flat rate, for a poly bag for a first class, or you're using a flat rate envelope, or you're using like a priority box. So like there's only a couple of variations that happen, so it keeps it really simple for me. But there is a lot of money in electronics and VCRs and all those things for sure. All right, guys, I've got about 2 minutes here. Hey, Biff Malibu, and glad you caught me live too. Appreciate you stopping in. And I really appreciate everyone stopping in. We got 53 watching live. If you guys found this helpful and you enjoyed, definitely hit that like button for me. I'd appreciate it. Let me know kind of some of the stuff you guys have been finding. I love hearing about what people are finding at their local Goodwills. I'm excited to get back to normal routine. I've got a couple more days to listen out this Ella Bean palette, and then I will be done. And I'll be back to normal routine probably through July. I'm going to be doing locally sourced stuff. I've got like 300 plus items in the other room here to list for locally sourced stuff. And I'm just going to keep snowballing inventory through the summer, and then hopefully get a bulk order at the end of July to process. Hopefully shirts. That's kind of my goal right now, is a network and final with shirts. I'm glad Lucy said she's enjoying the Blazer videos I'm doing, and what she's referring to, I've been doing these small little series. It's just like little 10-minute videos. I've done one on my favorite patterns to sell with Blazer suits and Blazer suits and sport coats, and my favorite materials. The next one I'm going to do is my favorite styles, so like 2-button versus 3-button versus the different vents and things like that. And I think I'm going to do one on measuring. If you have any other ideas, I'll probably finish up one on brands, probably like a 5-video series. But appreciate the love on those. And yes, I do sell ties. Someone just asked. I've got a video. It's a how-to video. I've already done this tutorial on how to sell ties from start to finish. If you're curious, check it out. All right, guys, I am going to jump here. I really appreciate you being with me. Hopefully this was helpful. And let me know what you guys have been finding. Check me out on Instagram, Endless Entrepreneurs. If you haven't already, try to post some decent content on there. Enjoy the rest of your weekends. And I'll probably have a live video tomorrow, probably a shipping vlog. And then I'll do a May sales update for the whole month of May on Monday. Have a great night, guys. See ya.